Welcome back to Riders Reset. Today is your first riding exercise. Now for today, we're gonna drop our stirrups. Now, before you start to think that I just said that this is not No Stirrups November, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Oftentimes when an instructor will have you do no stirrups, they'll have you ride continuously without your stirrups. And while this could be a beneficial exercise, and it's actually rooted in the cavalry, so what they used to do is they'd have them drop their stirrups, and they had an immense amount of strength in their thighs to be able to hold onto the saddle. Now, this can create a problem in that if we have too much strength, we're just trying to hold on with sheer strength with our legs, we actually can end up causing more tension in the horse's back. We can start to pinch with the knee, and that can block the horse's forward movement. None of that is what we want. But for today's exercise of dropping your stirrups, I want you to do this so that you can feel where you want your weight to be resting when you're sitting in the saddle. So when you drop your stirrups, I want you to completely relax your leg. You can try to think of like you want almost like a jello consistency of your leg. Just let the muscles completely relax. And if your horse doesn't stand, Rumba's half asleep, but if your horse doesn't stand easily, you can also have a friend hold your horse if you want to just feel a little bit more secure. But what I'm going to do is just drop my stirrups, let my toe dangle, and I just want to feel this feeling on my thigh of my leg relaxing completely into the saddle. If you feel comfortable enough, you can pick this up at the walk, and this will allow you to feel that same feeling while your horse is in motion. So what I want you to do is to just observe what you're feeling. Where are you feeling the motion? Do you notice that you pick up a little bit of tension when you pick up the walk? Just some things to observe. And if you do find that you are holding a little bit of tension somewhere, just let it go. Just leave your thigh as relaxed as possible in the saddle. If walk feels pretty comfortable and you want to pick up the trot, we're going to do that. So I'm just going to pick up a nice little slow trot. And again, the key here is to not grip. So I'm going to stay super loose and relaxed on my leg. My muscle tension hasn't changed at all. In fact, you'll probably see a ton of movement in my leg because I'm not gripping on at all. All of my stability is coming here from my center, from my core, and I'm just following the motion. If you're working up to dropping your stirrups in trot, only do it for a few strides. Don't hold it for a couple of rounds. Just do it for a few strides, come back to walk. Again, you can even just practice this at the walk, but the key here is that you're going with your leg super loose, super relaxed. You're feeling your seat, your pelvis in the saddle, and staying relaxed through your leg. This is really going to show you, again, where the correct place is for your weight to rest. And it's just it's a fun tool to just kind of reset yourself in the saddle. If you do find that you are starting to have a little bit of tension as you're working through this exercise, there's two different things I want you to try to do. First, you could just go back to a slower gait. Maybe that even means just practicing at a standstill. We don't want to add any excess tension to this. That's the whole goal of this exercise. The other thing you can do is actually tense the muscle up more and then completely release it. And that's going to help just sort of reset you and put you in a place where you can just follow the movement. If you find that you're doing it a lot, let's say if you're trying to do drop your stirrups in the trot and you're finding that you're doing it a lot, then I would just work in the walk for now. But doing either of those will help reset you and keep you nice and fluid and moving in the saddle. Another reason I really like to practice dropping your stirrups is that you can practice picking them back up. So oftentimes when we're riding around, sometimes something might happen where the horse spooks. You might just lose your balance and you end up losing a stirrup. And it's a really useful skill to be able to pick the stirrup back up without having to bend down and do that, because that can put you in a pretty unsafe place. So that's another great skill you can practice, is drop your stirrups, feel nice and loose, pick them back up. Great safety skill. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll be back tomorrow with your next exercise.